I want to be 100% honest and say that this behavior is not okay. And let me explain. So recently we have had Beniri posting a message where he was talking about how much he wanted to see, this certain picture was about, let's say he was just making a couple of posts that were, just for jokes in the sneak peek section, and the community decided all to start spamming the suggestions with Beniri, shut up, this and the third, fourth, and whatever. Basically they said here, Beniri, no one cares to say that the dev chat you guys have is getting annoying, and go to the peaks chat only to find out that it's a opinion on something like you guys are oblivious to how annoying it is, especially admins and mods in announcements. So these are the suggestions that people they're putting their thoughts, probably because it's just, people can upvote them and get them up there. But listen, in my eyes, this is really a problem, because listen, Beniri may just posted that as a curious thing. He's the only dev who really speaks to us, and if we're gonna attack him for something so small, we might not be getting any sneak peeks at all. We might not even get any engagement from the audience. I mean, look at other developers. When do they ever give us any sneak peeks? This is the only person that ever gives a sneak peek. This is basically a connection to I made a video a long time ago. I was saying GPO community is toxic because the community always attacks the developers so much. Sure, the developers have some problems, like the head developer for you is kind of greedy with all these game passes. He delays the games and all this stuff, and they don't work on the game sometimes and stuff like this. That there are actually bad things about the developing team, but I feel like the community is still too harsh. I feel like the community still looks at them like they're not humans. They don't treat them like people. They treat them more like, just make the update already, I don't care what you're doing, just do it now. Very, very commanding and rude in that way. As if they want to, they cannot just make an update at all and drop the game. I'm not saying that you should be scared and just be afraid to voice your opinion or your disagreement with the developing team. I'm just saying maybe be a little more say respectful, as especially to the only person that kinda interacts with us. I wouldn't be complaining about this if it wasn't Beniri himself, because Beniri is the only guy making sneak peeks. If we lose the only guy making sneak peeks, we'd be getting no information on the update at all. I mean, when do we ever get sneak peeks as in terms of UI? We constantly get models. He's the only one that seems to be working on the game, and here you are attacking him for once in the span of how many sneak peeks, weeks, posting a simple question, can somebody make this frame, whatever the hell he said. I really cannot remember, but basically he's probably on the screen right now. He said something along the lines of, can somebody redo this image but make it look like Spider-Man or something with the changing images. And basically he was just wondering that, and they made him actually remove that from the sneak peek session and put it in the dev answer thing. You may say, oh, this is such a small thing, dude, I don't know why you're freaking out or molding about this or complaining about this, but realistically you have to realize that this behavior is making him less inclined to make sneak peeks. By the community being so apparently rude to someone who's just intending to share something with you, it will create this a gap between the developers and the community as a whole, and make it seem like the developer feel like, oh, the community, anything I do, they just attack me for it. All I can do for them is just post sneak peeks. They don't want to hear me at all. And you may say that's true, but still they're still taking their time out of their day to post sneak peeks. If they want to do, they could all keep it secret and we will have no idea, and they have no obligation. They could drop the game tomorrow, just drop it. And not by dropping, I don't mean releasing, but dropping, I mean leave it and just never update it again. As we have many people that rely on this game, like me. I make YouTube videos on it. We have people, a bunch of YouTubers that rely on it for the channels, and we have people that just rely on it for their spending time to spend their time to play on the game. So Basically, the point here is the community is so toxic that even something as small as, you know, Beniri posting a small question, posting a small meme will get him this much hate, where everybody in the church is telling him to shut up and drop this sneak peeks. We don't want to see your questions. It's kind of ridiculous, and that's why I want to comment. We are getting this was no sneak peek today, unfortunately. You know, we only got this thing where I just had thought, you know, I just thought, what should I make it today? And I just saw this and I got a little, you know, annoyed, irritated by how the community was so rude. It's just whatever, bro. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think the community is toxic? Do you think the community is being too rude to these developers and that? What do you think? Because I feel like they are. Just tell me in the comments, what do you think?